Welcome back, everyone. Okay, I promised you a delicious beef stew at the beginning of the show, so it's time to dish that up. And who's stirring the pot? Chef Randy Feltus, of course. Hello, Chef. Before we get started, here's what you're going to need to follow along with this recipe. You need some stewing beef, some onions, carrots, celery, some potatoes, some flour, red wine. We all know you've got that at home. Tomato puree, beef stock, olive oil, garlic, butter, and fresh thyme. So how do we start this one, my friend?
Okay, so first step is we want to dry off that cubed up beef really well, season it really heavily, and then sear it in that extra virgin olive oil. And what you want is like a crust on that beef, and that's going to do two things. We're all about building flavor today. That is going to build some incredible flavor, but it's also going to give it some texture because a stew kind of gets one-dimensional in texture. So that's going to leave a bit of a crust on the bottom of the pot, and then what we're going to do is add some butter and some flour. First day at cooking college, they teach you this. It's called a roux. So we are just making that roux extra dark today, and that's where we're going to get a lot more flavor, and in go our veggies once we get to that color. And Catherine, the world's best camera lady, was just saying how it smells like popcorn in here. So when you toast off that roux to a nice dark color, Tracy, it gets nutty and kind of like caramelized and delicious.
Can we just give props to Catherine? She nurses the baby. She's your camera person. She's your sous chef. She tastes everything that you make. I mean, Catherine's kind of Wonder Woman.
And she gets paid in stew, so it's not such a bad gig. So once we've got everything kind of caramelizing up, the first thing we're going to add in is the red wine for a couple reasons. Number one, it's delicious. It gives you a great excuse to open up a bottle. It's going to deglaze all that flavor from the bottom of the pan, but third, maybe fourth of all, it's going to add exceptional color. So you can see in the pan, the bubbles are coming up, it's reducing right away, and that's really what we're after. We want all that like flavor to concentrate, the alcohol to burn off, and that color to get deeper and darker. So then in goes our beef stock. And I'm doing it in a shallow pan here, just so you can kind of see what's going on, but at home you probably want to get a bigger kind of Dutch oven kind of thing. And now, Trace, this is really important. Find yourself a nice wooden spoon and just scrape every inch of the bottom of the pan. You got to get everything off the bottom, release all that flavor.
Is it a wooden spoon you've got there? Because you know many of my pans that I've destroyed by using like the, you know, the regular, yes, I've done it. And then you're scraping the bottom of the pan and you're scraping the pan. How much pan have I eaten in my life?
This is actually something cool. Santa brought me this. It's like one of those kind of like cutting board material. And it looks cool, it's functional, and you can't burn it.
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do, then I'm bringing this back up to a boil. I'm going to put my pureed tomatoes. Do not mix that up with tomato paste because tomato paste is really concentrated and too strong. This is just pureed tomatoes. And then in goes the beef, right? So now we're going to put a lid on this and we're going to boil it for like, I guess it's about 90 minutes. How about 60 minutes in? You can put your potatoes in now, but here's a little Irish trick for you. Leave the potatoes until the last 30 minutes because I want my potato to have a bit of bite to it as well. You can put it in now, but it might get really soft and kind of fall apart. If you like them a little al dente, like a true Irishman does, you just put them in the last 30 seconds and let them go. So we put a lid on that baby, right? And you're gonna keep an eye on it, check your seasoning after about 45 minutes because it's going to reduce down. If you check your seasoning now and it's perfect, we're going to have a big problem because as it reduces, everything's going to get stronger, more concentrate, and then you're going to have to add more stew to your salty stew, which is hard to do.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And the end result, Tracy, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
You can just see a little bit of fresh thyme bubbling there. The crust on that beef is still there. The potatoes are holding together. It is like, oh yeah.
That looks amazing, and it's the sort of meal that almost gets better like day 2, day 3, you know, like you just keep getting in there and it's thick and you can have it with bread, lunch, dinner, I don't know, breakfast. It's beautiful.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can drop an egg on it for breakfast, but if in our household we always make too much food and then we portion this down into 1 liters and we freeze it, and then we can have it a week later, 2 weeks later, or sometimes we just put it into bags and leave it in the fridge, and it just kind of dissipates and disappears. But great large batch cooking for winter time.
Good stuff, Chef. That recipe up on our website.